winning the first two events, taking second in Chicago, and going on to win the 2013 PSP Series Championship. During their early season domination, they were able to win close games and the whole roster stepped up in pressure situations. Dynasty's strength lies in a core group that has been together for over a decade, and the amazing young talent they have brought in to surround that legendary core of Alex Frazier, Yosh Rao, Ryan Greenspan, and the 2013 Top Gun, Oliver Lang. Other than losing Dalton Vanderbilt, who was their main weapon on the D side, the team is the same, and they are looking to come into 2014 and make a statement to the league as they started to fall short towards the end of last season. Kyle Spica and Alex Frazier will need to step up on the snake side, and Lang, Greenspan, Brandon Short, and Blake Yarber need to handle the attack on the D side. Coach Rusty Glaze was able to utilize the entire roster last year, and with Vanderbilt gone, Lang and Greenspan could see a lot more playing time. Very few teams have the talent Dynasty is able to field, and Coach Glaze has refocused them into one of the hardest working, most organized teams in the game. One of the most successful teams in the history of paintball, Chicago Aftershock has worked hard the past few years to revamp their squad. Coach Mikey Bruno has helped grow divisional talent to play at the pro level and finally get Aftershock into the Champions Division, where they will have a chance in Dallas to prove themselves against the 10 best teams in the world. True to their paintball heritage, Aftershock has cultivated an attack mentality, but the desire to push forward has been their Achilles heel, because they haven't been able to develop situational awareness needed to temper their aggression. They'll need to work on that this year, but they are one of the most exciting teams to watch because of this natural aggression. Carl Markowski's speed and experience are giant assets to the team. Veteran AJ Lawhead is always solid wherever he plays. Chris Sosine came over to the squad last year, and his ability to control things in the backfield and get kills off the break should have a big impact this season. Rob Velez and Brian McKenna will be an integral part of the game plans as well. Shock will have a lot on their plate trying to contend with the best teams in paintball, but they are right where they want to be to start off the 2014 season.
Here we go, San Diego Dynasty taking on Chicago Aftershock, and you know it was a tough break for Dynasty, but they did lose Rusty Glaze as their coach last week, and you know Rusty's got two young children and a full-time job that he works tons of hours at, and he just wasn't able to give the full-time commitment. He's still with the team. He's still going to help the team, but he's not going to be able to. He's not here at this event, but Dynasty was able to pick up old, long-time Dynasty veteran in Brad Mon. Brad played for the Ironman. He played for Dynasty. You know, he's won with them before. He knows the team very well. You know, Brad knows paintball. So, you know, using Glaze's system, there's Brad Mon right there, the bearded wonder, and Brad's really going to be able to help him out and help implement that system that Rusty had perfected. And, you know, you're looking at the 2013 overall series title holders, man. Some of the best players ever to play the game, the most storied team ever, 50 career wins for them. Let's check in with Lauren on the sidelines.
I am here with Alex Frazier of Dynasty. You guys are about to battle it out with Aftershock for your first game of the weekend. Coach Rusty Glaze is not able to be here this weekend. Brad Mon is filling in. How is that changing strategy, or how do you guys feel about that?
Well, you know, it's a bummer losing Rusty. He's a big key part of the team. He's put in a lot of work. But what people don't know is he's still been coaching us from home. You know, we have a lot of internet technology, and we actually have him on Skype in the pits. So we'll be working it out. But we love Brad, and he's got experience, and he's the glue that keeps the team together right now.
All right, so Rusty is still with Dynasty. We'll see who can take the lead in this first point, Dynasty versus Aftershock.
Yeah, so, and on the flip side, with Chicago Aftershock, you know, they have a lot of this young talent, and they've been seasoned now a little bit. You know, Sosine's a vet, Lawhead's a vet. Lawhead's got a little bit of an injured ankle. He's still playing out there. Markowski is going to be getting it done in the snake, and it's going to, unfortunately, because they don't have Davey Simmons, it's going to be up to Carl Markowski to get crazy here in the snake. Kyle Spica, though, beats Markowski to the 50 here in the snake, and let's see what Markowski can get done against Kyle Spica, and it looks like first kill is going to go to Carl Markowski. Carl Markowski getting two, actually, I think, cross field.
Shoots Oliver moving up the middle of the field there.
So, yeah, it looks like Carl just got two confirmed. He's going to try to come around and get Spica as well. Carl Markowski running the snake side for Chicago Aftershock, and a minor penalty on San Diego Dynasty to start it out. This is not the way San Diego Dynasty wanted to start out this game, as Rob Velez hangs that flag up. And here comes Chicago Aftershock getting on the board right away.
Did Karl Markowski get all 5 because he shot 4 of them and the other one got a minor?
I don't know, but he definitely went to town over here.
Yeah, Yosh Rao
in the snake.
Yosh Rao got that minor penalty getting shot in the foot. Didn't know about it. But after these commercial matches, we'll come back and talk about that.
Being confident in yourself is important. Being confident in your equipment is a must. When you do the hard work of getting to that spot on the field, you must have the confidence to seize the opportunity. My name is Brad McCurley. I play for Team Infamous, and the Vanquish takes my game to another level.
So here we go. Can Dynasty get it back? First point went to Chicago Aftershock. Make sure to follow along all the updates Paintball Access puts out on Facebook. Get behind the scenes. You know, paintball is itself innately interesting with the spectacle of the sport, but to me the most fascinating thing about it is, you know, the guys that play the game, the heroes and the history. There's a lot of them and a lot of history. With speaking of history, I mean, Chicago Aftershock in the late 90s, early 2000s, just such a dominant franchise. And then you know, they've had a bunch of different incarnations of the team, but the one that they have right now is, you know, best team they've been putting out, that they put out in years, and they fought their way in World Cup to earn the right to play with the 10 best teams in the world. So let's see if they can maintain that spot and try to get a chance to win this tournament. Doing good so far. First point went well for him.
Start the day.
Yeah, so here we go now. San Diego Dynasty. You got Ryan Greenspan, Glenn Takamoto, Tyler Harmon, Blake Yarber, and Alex Frazee out there on the split screen breakout. Dynasty in the
loses
blue.
guy on the break. Who's that? That looks like Alex Frazee. Yep.
So Frazee gets shot trying to get to the snake. Looks like Ryan Greenspan getting shot early as well, too. So 3 players left alive for San Diego Dynasty. It's going to open the door for Chicago Aftershock with 5 alive for them. And no penetration on the snake for either team. And believe it or not, now here we, yeah, because even though 5 players left alive, now Karl Markowski with the swiftness gets up into the snake. Dynasty playing on their heels. Player in the back corner, Bunker, but he gets taken out. Blake Yarber dying out of that back corner.
And Aftershock looking really crisp right now, shooting Tyler Harmon out now. And here comes Aftershock.
Yeah, Chicago Aftershock trying to work out the last player left alive, but with 5 bodies, that should not be too difficult.
Great job right there.
Yeah, that's
by Chicago
Aftershock. A tournament off. Go 2-0 in Dynasty. That's the way to start right here.
Yeah, well, Shock just punched Dynasty in the face twice. So let's see if Dynasty has an answer for this, because Dynasty not known for getting a slow start. We're going to see Infamous later on this afternoon. They're known for getting a slow start, but they're swearing to God that that's not going to happen this year. And I hope for all their fans, I'm a fan of Infamous. I hope it doesn't happen to them either. But Dynasty getting a slow start here against Chicago Aftershock. And Aftershock, and they didn't even lose a body at that point.
And we talked about this. On this field, that will happen.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and you have to, there's Karl Markowski there on the replay. He's going to jump over, cut to inside. You know, you're going to hear say that's the highway. Anytime someone's running down that center or running on the inside of the snake structure, call that the highway. And there's Karl Markowski hunting for that last player and able to get that kill. So nice job early on by Karl Markowski. See some of his legendary speed out there. And there's Brad Mon, new coach for San Diego Dynasty, out there telling his former teammates.
And he's coaching here, but did you hear? It sounds like they have Skype in the pit.
Oh, really?
You didn't hear them? They said they have a computer over there, and Rusty is on Skype watching.
Rusty's on Skype right now.
Well, that's the thing, you know.
Cool.
Vacuuming, and he's at home vacuuming.
Holding a baby. Holding a baby. Vacuuming.
Probably. Yeah. So shout out to Rusty Glaze. But you know, Rusty has done such a monumental job of guiding, you know, a team that it's hard to coach a team like Dynasty because of the fact that their paintball IQ is off the charts. And but Rusty was able to come in, has a great system, they really instituted a great work ethic for them, and he's still around. You know, he's just not here, but I'm sure he's at home watching the webcast right now, and or maybe probably he's at work actually.
No, he's definitely at home watching and vacuuming.
Yeah.
So here we go. Both teams at full strength, 5 alive. And Dynasty tries to get Brandon Short, back corner bunker on the snake side. He makes it in clean. Now you're looking at Dynasty trying to get up in the center with Oliver Lang, the 2013 Top Gun.
Oh, minor penalty right there, number 81. I think that's Chris Sosin.
And look at Oliver Lang just destroying people here in the center, making quick work of Chicago Aftershock. And so nice job by the Top Gun from last season. Gonna run that flag in. You know, Oliver took a really substantial break from life, really. Went down to Peru and went on a little pilgrimage, and looks like he's ready to go, man. That was a good point from Oliver Lang right there. Good play call to send him up the center, and also did not help Aftershock that Chris Sosin got a minor penalty, but that penalty will come off the board because they lost the point.
Yeah, unfortunately, you know, that was a mistake. Penalties have been the turning point of some of these games.
Totally, absolutely.
You know, and I don't want to see that happen to Aftershock. I want to see them go 5-on-5, toe-to-toe, no penalties. Yeah, because they're playing really good right now, man. I'm impressed.
Well, you're looking at there's the replay right there for Oliver Lang. As Oliver Lang runs that flag in. We're looking in the pits for Chicago Aftershock right now. Trying to get focused for this next one. We got ourselves a 1-point game with 17 minutes, 42 seconds to go. And again, that minor penalty will come off the board. Minor penalties, 1 minute, and then major penalties are 2 minutes. But those major penalties, they stay on the board for the entire time, regardless whether or not you win or lose the point.
Right now, 2-1 in favor of Aftershock. Still 17 minutes and 42 seconds left in this game. They'll start 5-on-5. You see San Diego Dynasty on your screen.
You know, and San Diego Dynasty has a little bit, well, they have a deeper roster than Chicago Aftershock does. More depth. So it's really going to be up to the starting 5 of Chicago Aftershock to find their groove and make it work here at the Dallas Open.
I'd keep Karl Markowski out there and just let him play.
Well, you know, I talked to Karl, and he's so happy to, first of all, be out of the freezing tundra of Ohio. And he was telling me about how nasty it's been this winter. It's pretty much the same story we get from everyone that lives east of the Rockies.
Yeah, they all left, and there was a snowstorm hitting 2 days ago.
Well, a couple of them almost didn't get out. But regardless, they're here, so though it's a little chilly, they think it's might as well be Bermuda. But Karl is going to be. It's going to be Karl. Well, Karl's very versatile as far as the front player is concerned. He can play everywhere, but they don't have Davey Simmons, so you know he's going to be doing a lot of time in that snake. But he's going to be seeing looks on the D side. So anyone that plays Aftershock is going to have to deal with Karl either on the D side, which he likes a lot. He thinks there's a lot to be done on that side. Well, we'll see. Shock has a lot of front guys, though. I mean, that's their strength, for sure. So here we go on the breakout. Shock making it into the snake, but it looks like they lose a body. Oh, yeah, Lawhead trying to get out. And he gets taken out. So now Dynasty rolling those guns. Dynasty in the driver's seat here. Takamoto, Yarber, Harmon, Frazier, and Lang on the field for Dynasty. Alex Frazier on the right-hand portion of your screen there into snake 1. Looking to the D side, but 3 players for Shock now. 4 coming off, and it is going to be quick work here as Alex Frazier runs down the last player left alive, and that might be a penalty as well, too. That was a stupid move from Kurt Wozni, and Alex called that, too. Alex went around, shot Kurt Wozni about 5 times. Or was it? Yeah, and then Kurt Wozni, and Oliver hangs the flag before Wozni was able to get in. Wozni pleading his case with the referee over there right now.
They're not hearing it, though. They don't care. They make the calls. They stand by their calls. It was a dumb penalty. They shouldn't have. I mean,
yeah, last player left alive, you're on your face. I mean, literally laying face first in the grass in the snake as you get run down by Alex. No reason to put your gun up and try to trade out at that particular point, but he probably didn't realize he was the last guy left alive, trying to take Alex with him. Wasn't able to do it. So there's Wozni running to the box. Score is now going to be 2-2. We'll be right back after this.
Going into these events, equipment's what matters. On our team, we're so talented. My job has fallen into like a role player's position. In order for Kyle or Brandon or Alex to make these moves, they need support so that we can win the tournament. And that's what I'm doing with this LV1. I'm able to go to a spot and get a lot of drop shots on people and really shoot just directly over a bunker where people think they're safe, and the next thing you know, I'm getting those kills. My name is Oliver Lang from San Diego Dynasty, and I shoot the LV1.
We are back here, 2014 PSP Dallas Open. I'm Matty Marshall with Steve Rabakoff, Chris Asoya. Dynasty taking on Shock. And next up is going to be the Ironmen playing their first game against Omaha Vicious. Remember, go to PB Nation, join the conversation. The world's largest paintball classifieds, buy, sell, and trade. New and used gear. Big supporter of the sport for a long time. pbnation.com. So, score all tied up into a piece. Tons of time left on the clock. Let's check out this penalty replay here of Alex Frazier running down Kurt Wozni in the snake. So Wozni crawls up, last player left alive. Doesn't realize that, though, because he's been face down in the grass over here. Good move by Alex Frazier to finish out the last player. And you can see him pointing, begging the ref. He's like, no, I'm good. And the referee got in there and immediately goes for trying to figure out which flag it's going to be. And, yep, it's going to be a minor or major penalty on Kurt Wozni.
Yeah, and that's just got to make Mikey Bruno just beside himself, because
he's actually
these guys
biting
are
his
playing.
clipboard.
These guys, they're playing toe-to-toe with these guys. It's 2-2 and boom, major. And you can't, in this division, you can't do that against anyone, but especially not Dynasty.
At this level, small mistakes will kill you, and you could say a major penalty is a big mistake. But regardless, the last thing you want to do,
you're the last player alive on the field.
Exactly.
Get hit, get off the field.
And you
man.
don't want to give Dynasty that breath of fresh air. You know, as soon as, you know how it is, you're out there, you're playing, you see that penalty go up, and you're like, and it's just like a big confidence boost. You're like, yeah, all right, we get to play the next couple points up a body.
Yeah, and you know, they just blew a 2-point lead. They were murdering it out there.
Yeah.
They were playing really, really well. And then all of a sudden, you know, they come back 2 points because of penalties, and now they get a major penalty. So the chances of them going up another point are pretty slim right now. They got to even it up, sit down for a minute, burn this penalty off. It's still 2 minutes left because he didn't get in the box in time because he's lollygagging. So now they got a full 2-minute penalty with 16:56 left in the game. 15 more seconds before we start this game right now. Looking at Dynasty, all relaxed, kind of calm, collected. Brandon Short, Yosh Rao, Ryan Greenspan, Kyle Spica, and Oliver Lang. Kirk Wozin's going to be in the box. Here's start of the game. Dynasty on your right, Chicago Aftershock on your left. Chicago Aftershock taking the break.
Man, look at the shot. Makes a snake, and they
Great.
take out Kyle Spica going there. So
Great job right there by Aftershock. You can see.
Yeah, you're in a penalty, and you make that move.
That's Carl Markowski. We talked about him a lot.
Stay alive now. Stay alive, Carl.
Yep, stay
Don't
alive.
force it.
Well, Karl Markowski is such a weapon for Shock. You know, this game is about positional players. It's about how many weapons are you bringing to the battle. And picking up Karl Markowski, who was a great player for us when I played with him on Excessive.
Oh,
look
nice
at this.
shot on
nice
Yosh.
shot cross field. Karl Markowski, beautiful shot cross field on Yosh Rao. Now it's Oliver Lang over here on your screen. Right-hand portion of your screen right there, Oliver Lang. And he's going to have to try to get a shot on Karl Markowski if he can. And try to move up this field on the snake side because Carl's feasting in there.
Yeah,
Feasting, and they're killing the penalty right now.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Because with this tie game, you do not want to let Dynasty score a quick point. You want to kill that penalty, get your guy back out of the box. Now you're back at full strength.
You know, but Carl's got to be careful in there. Like I said, bouncy castle, you see him moving outside. He's a little safer out there.
Well, he said he really likes this snake, and said he knows all the angles, and you can see he's playing, and when you're playing different portions of the snake, anyone that's zoned up on you starts seeing your head poke out, the barrel poke out of different parts of that snake. It's a little tougher to deal with than if you just stay in one spot. You know, you can see Carl's wheel, the wheels in his head, those gears are working in his head. He's trying to put it together. He's looking for angles. He's trying to figure out what his next play is going to be here. He's talking to his guys. They're talking it up. This is what you want to see out of them. And Dynasty, they still have 2 players left alive over here, too. Brandon Short in the back corner bunker and Oliver Lang as well. So that's who Carl is looking at right now on this side. And then across field, I think it's Glenn Takamoto. No, it's Ryan Greenspan, number 18, Ryan Greenspan, arguably one of the best players on earth. And he is in that stand-up, and Ryan's good at holding lanes down.
Ryan's good at a lot of things. That kid is just, he's a great shot.
Oh, he gets that shot cross field.
Yep, and we talked about that. There was absolutely no reason for Carl to do that.
He did not have to do that.
So, unforced
Especially
error.
with his guy getting out.
Unforced error right there by Carl Markowski in Chicago Aftershock.
Yeah, so beautiful shot by Ryan Greenspan. And now Kurt Wozni fills Markowski's spot. And so let's see if Ryan Greenspan to drop another shot on Wozni.
And he's going right back where
he's going
where
right
Carl
back,
went.
where
Well,
Ryan
Kurt needs to have a point.
Yeah,
because he's the one that got that major penalty.
So.
And now you look at Kurt Wozni. Oliver Lang is on that top side as race bunker right there. Oliver Lang looking at the sidelines for a little help. There is no coaching over here in the sidelines, but the people in the stands can still help you out if you'd like.
Yeah, people are allowed. You can't stop the fans from screaming from the stands. You just can't. But what you can stop is people standing 6 feet from somebody and screaming directly from, really, really close. So yeah, but it's so hard to hear. Oh, and here now Oliver Lang. Oliver Lang has made his move.
Good job right now by Chicago Aftershock.
Oliver felt he got a shot on him. He's yelling for the ref for a check. So Oliver Lang then moves his gun towards the D side. Oliver back and forth between the snake and the D side, and Ryan Greenspan bouncing out. And here comes big move by Oliver Lang. Nice job. And it looks like Wozni might have spun again. And now another player tries to come and take out Oliver Lang. Oliver Lang wheeling, dealing with all these guys. He takes them both out, but he dies himself. Brandon Short still alive here on the snake side to try to clean things up. There are 2 players left alive for Shock on that D side. Can they pull it out here against Brandon Short and Ryan Greenspan? And then bad move across field by McKenna.
What are they doing?
Oh, no, that's Chris
Sosine.
Chris Sosine tries to make a desperation bump across the field, gets eaten alive by Brandon Short. And now it's Brandon Short and Ryan Greenspan against the last player left alive, Brian McKenna, who is in D2, the 40-yard line Dorito. And is Ryan still alive?
Ryan is still alive.
Yeah, Ryan is still alive. He moved up, and here comes Ryan Greenspan, and he is going to try to run down Brian McKenna, which he does. Cleans out the last player. Beautiful work by Oliver Lane and Ryan Greenspan.
And this all started with Ryan Greenspan taking out Carl Markowski.
You're right. That was the first domino to fall. Carl was all over the place, but Greenspan got that great shot on him, and then hell of a play by Oliver Lang, the top gun over here. Just guys are coming at him. He's making good moves. So Oliver, so good work by Brandon Short, Oliver Lang, and Ryan Greenspan to take this lead here.
Look at this replay right here. Great move by Oliver Lang. There's no use looking inside.
There's Oliver Lang on the right-hand side. He sees it. Perfect timing. Almost goes out of bounds right there, but is able to get that shot in on Wozni. And then another player comes and try to take out Oliver. You can see Oliver, as soon as it saw that, his instincts took over and he took cover, but ended up getting taken out regardless. Still, though, trades out. So nice work by Oliver Lang. And then Brandon Short, Johnny on the spot right behind him, comes up to take Oliver's position in the snake to clean things up with Ryan Greenspan.
That was textbook by Dynasty, though. Those guys, they played very well. Nice, slow control paintball. They didn't get crazy. Aftershock was looking great until Carl Markowski jumped up in the 50 snake, uncharacteristically getting shot across the field. Ryan Greenspan was all over that shot.
Yeah, that's a hard shot, too, man. I mean, when you got a guy, first of all, you're just in one bunker, and Carl had the entire snake to work with.
Yep.
But Ryan was still able to find him in there and get a shot on him. So nice work by Greenspan, Lang, and Brandon Short.
But still, though, Aftershock's playing amazing right now. I think they're playing really well. They're not getting crazy, running down the field like they used to. They're playing pretty heads-up ball. I think their mid-game needs a little bit of work. And towards the end game, they're crossing up. Their decision-making at the end of the games when they're on their heels, it needs a little work as well.
I totally agree. And that's just like in the scouting report, that's been the Achilles heel of Chicago Aftershock, is their inability to get to that level, that kind of master level of the end game situation. They're great at attacking. I mean, their attacking game is ridiculous, but it's that second, third parts of the match And there's Brad Mon, new coach for San Diego Dynasty.
I can't tell if he's coming or going.
There's the beards. There's a lot of beards here.
Yeah, he looks amazing.
Fear the beards, my friend.
Fear the beard.
Fear the beards.
Why can't we get you to grow a beard? I mean, just is the stereotypical goatee,
No, I don't want to
baby?
be that guy that has no hair on his head with a beard.
No, you got to do that. No, I'm not. We're just messing with you. Well, here we go. So 1-point game, San Diego Dynasty up over 1. Chicago Aftershock 2, Dynasty 3. 11 minutes, 50 seconds to go. We'll be right back after this.
I first picked up a paintball gun when I was 9. I used to stand around at the field and stare at the Ironman players, hoping for a shot. I earned my way onto the team when I was 15. We won 2 world titles. When I blew my knee out for the second time, the doctor told me I'd never play again, but I refused to let go of my dream. I'm an Ironman, and paintball is my life.
We are back here, Cousins Paintball Park, Dallas, Texas, for the first event of the 2014 PSP season. And Dynasty edging out Chicago Aftershock right now. Still lots of game to play, though, here in this race to 7. Let's check in with Lauren here before we start this point.
I am here with Brian McKenna down in the pit. Now, you guys are coming out hard, and you're fighting really hard. What did you practice during the offseason to have a strong showing?
Well, we wanted to really work on the new guys that were coming in. We wanted to make sure that our communication was be on point. You know, we've always been an aggressive team, so it's not something we really need to work on. It's more of something we got to put together with the new guys and get our communication working together.
All right, it is 3-2 right now. Dynasty has the lead. We'll see if they can tie it up.
Dynasty does have the lead, but Chicago Aftershock, Carl Markowski has made it back in the snake. 2 players have come off early. For San Diego Dynasty, Brandon Short, Alex Frazier got shot off the break. So it's 3-on-3 right now because Velez and Aaron Tholey have both come off for Chicago Aftershock. And now Lawhead is trying to stop the aggressive push from Dynasty coming to that 50-yard line. Dorito not able to do it. So Dynasty in the driver's seat on the D side.
Wow, Carl Markowski gets sticking his head up there too high. So these guys got to play tight the whole match.
Yeah, it's tough though because I think that was Blake Yarber. Blake Yarber, his rookie year last season, really proved to a lot of his peers that he belonged in this league. Great guy too, man. You don't find anyone with a better attitude than Blake Yarber.
He is a hell of a guy.
He's a grinder. He's got a great, like I said, great attitude and high level of talent. And amazing point for him over there on the D side to now pull away. 2-point spread between these teams. Dynasty 4. Chicago Aftershock 2. Blake Yarber 6 confirmed kills for him, man. He's getting it done. He's looking sharp. 10 minutes and 40 seconds remain here. We'll be right back after these messages. Looking at Coach Mikey Bruno, talking to Aaron Tholey. It's a big pickup for them too. Aaron Tholey, Midwest baller, and played for Excessive last season now with Chicago Aftershock. Smiling Bruno's face.
I think he's happy with that pink clipboard he has going on down there.
Well, seeing a smile on Bruno's face when they're losing is a rare sight.
That's for sure. I mean,
but they're looking good though. Shock's playing the season title holders from last year, and a team that won 2 events in 2013 and a second place in San Diego Dynasty. So, Shock needs to beat these teams eventually, but I do like what I'm seeing out of Aftershock.
Oh, major penalty right there.
Looks like Kyle Spica. So Kyle Spica and then Takamoto's going to go to the box after that. They also lose Tyler Harmon.
Right when it looked like Dynasty had this match in control. 4-2. Boom. Here comes a red flag.
Yeah.
And this is what I was talking about. Now let's see what Aftershock can do. They struggle at this point right here.
Yeah.
Well, it's Greenspan and Lang left for Dynasty.
And Oliver Lang not in the best spot.
Nah, and he gets his eye dotted by Chicago Aftershock pushing up in that center position, and it looks like AJ Lawhead past the 50-yard line, able to take out Greenspan as well.
And they're jogging. You guys got to get that.
Actually, that's AJ Lawhead full speed because he has an ankle injury.
Exactly.
Okay.
I was just gonna say Lawhead. I mean,
And his teammates need to grab the flag.
Yeah, yeah. They're poor Lawheads with a busted ankle.
He's running the flag in.
It looked like he was the Terminator. I was looking at his ankle. There's like metal and tape and electrical tape and staples and bears and tigers.
Oh my! Well, it's a gutsy performance to play with an injury, but we see that a lot. You know, guys work so hard to earn the chance to play in these events, and when they start having it's just like any other sport at the top level. If you have a nagging injury, I mean, paintball's kind of like hockey. You know, you see guys in the NBA that like sprain their little pinky toe and they're out for 6 weeks. Paintball is the opposite. Paintball is like, oh, I needed 10 stitches. Man, I'll be good to go next point. Just
exactly.
shoot me up with some Novocaine. Let me get out there.
Stitch me up.
Yeah. So and AJ Lodd's doing exactly that. Busted ankle and all. Still out there getting it done. So now 1 point game here. Chicago Aftershock 3, San Diego Dynasty 4. And we're starting to see some fight from Shock. A penalty didn't help Dynasties though. It's kind of a tough turn of events for them. Kyle Spica drawing that major. Was it a major penalty?
It was a major. They still have 1 minute and 24 seconds left in that major penalty, and it's a 4-3 game.
And the way Shock's been playing, they can get these quick points on this field here. So let's see if they can.
They're going to go up the middle again. I can almost guarantee it. Carl Markowski, the snake, up the middle, because it's been working for them. They're one of those teams that it actually works. Look at this replay right here. That was Oliver Lang taking the shot, and here comes Ryan Greenspan taking the walk as well. But look at Aftershock up the field. There's 2 in the 50 Dorito. They're up in the snake as well with Carl Markowski. So look for these guys to definitely. And look at the. They were fast forwarding that because it made them look faster. But
well, you know what I love about Shock? They got a lot of heart, a lot of fight. They got some really athletic, aggressive guys on the team, and I love watching them play. And we didn't get to see them a lot on the main field here in the Champions Division last year, but they finally earned the right to be here. So it's cool to see them. We get to watch them play at least 4 games. Oliver barely making it out in time, and he was able to make it out though.
I think, did they start without somebody in the box?
Spica might be hiding from us, but.
You know, the Aftershock losing somebody on the break.
Yeah, that's exactly what Dynasty needed to happen. Even it up real quick with 4-on-4. They were able to do that by getting a shot on, I'm sure that was, and I think Glenn Takamoto is the one who's supposed to be in the box.
Yeah, I don't see him. You know, when a ref runs you like that.
Sprinting.
There comes Chris Sosine pushing up the center of the field for Chicago Aftershock. Frazee comes off, and Sosine still alive, chopping down San Diego Dynasty. Lang comes out as well. Looks like Sosine's going to walk off, but Chicago Aftershock, 3 players left alive to finish this point off for them. And they really got to, keep in mind, there's still a penalty, 33 seconds.
Rob Velez. Got some commentary.
Yeah, we got
some commentary.
Hey, the parents out there screaming.
Crowd's getting into it.
I love it.
So now we have about 8 minutes and 54 seconds remaining here in this game. A 1 point game.
You can see the frustration right there on the face of Blake Yarber and also Brandon Short, Oliver Lang.
And it's tie game right now. So Shock fighting, even though Dynasty got what they wanted in the start of that point. They dropped the body quick. They got that first kill, so it was 4-on-4. But Shock, man, pushing up in that center. Great job by Chris Sosine, breaking the 50-yard line, able to get across, get some G's, get some kills. Now you see Brad Mon on your screen, talking to his boys, surveying the field.
You know, I think no matter what happens, the outcome of this game, Mikey Bruin is going to be happy and content
because they're fighting
with what they're showing. Because I'm impressed with the way that Aftershock's playing right now. If this is something that's going to come throughout the year. We're in the first game of the first tournament with these guys. That only shows they're going to improve.
And they're playing against Dynasty, who's been
the best team
a lot in sunny San Diego, California, and Chicago Aftershock has not had the practice time that these guys have had. So right now at 4-4, hey, congratulations.
Let's put it this way, Steve, to second what you say. Shock has not had an outdoor practice before this event. They've been playing indoors nonstop. They haven't been able to get that outside look. So, yeah, absolutely. The fact that they are able to contend with the 2013 season title holders really bodes well for their future, win or lose this match. Knowing them, though, and how intense those, like Mikey Bruno said, is the dirt rockers he has on his team, those blue-collar ballers, they really want to win this match. I mean, that would send a huge message to the league. If they go out, if they come here and they play well and they beat San Diego Dynasty in this first match, that definitely sends a big message to the rest of the league that Chicago Aftershock came to play some paintball 2014.
Well, look at this right here, Matty. Right now, Dynasty's not in the field. They stopped the clock. I'm assuming they tried to call a timeout, but I didn't quite see. Actually, I do see a timeout go up there on the clock right now from Dynasty. That's going to be a 2-minute timeout for them. They're going to take the walk in the field, kind of recondition what they're doing. You see Tyler Harmon on the field, Blake Yarber, Kyle Spick, I'm assuming, Glenn Takamoto. I don't know, they're both kind of heightily challenged.
Yeah, so, Dynasty, you never can count them out.
Not a chance.
No way, not at all. No.
Yeah, so now that Brad Mon, new coach of Dynasty, comes out, Tyler Harmon doing a little snap shooting practice. Before we get started, we'll be right back after a few messages from our sponsors. Welcome back here. Tied up game. Shock playing Dynasty. 4-4 is the score. Going to be on the split screen breakout. Aftershock on your left, Dynasty on your right. Both teams streaking out wide. No, actually Shock pushing up fast. Markowski all the way to the 50-yard line, and it looks like Dynasty drops Frazier early. So 3 bodies left alive on the field here. That penalty, still Glenn Takamoto sitting there on that Kyle Spick, a major penalty. So Aftershock in the driver's seat with Markowski in the 50-yard line on the snake side. You see the referees checking him out, making sure he's clean. Looks like he is, and Markowski's all over that bunker. Now Shock making moves. Though they're losing bodies, they lose 2, but they have the 50-yard lines in the center and on the snake side. They have all 3 50-yard lines right now, and here comes Shock pushing forward.
Also in the process, number 32 getting shot. I think that's Yosh Rao. Look at Tyler Harmon about to wear it right now too. Another Shock player.
Well, the thing is that Harmon's still alive, and Shock went to sleep on the fact that Harmon's still alive in the back corner bunker.
And he's really good in situations like this, Matty.
He's pulled out a lot of games like that.
I think it's a 2-on-1.
Yep. And Harmon almost got that Shock player getting sloppy in that back corner there.
Oh, there he takes one. But Tyler Harmon in situations like that, I've seen him pull those 2-and-1s off, 3-and-1s off himself. But yeah, like you said, number 10. That's Brian McKenna going to sleep, almost getting blown to pieces by Tyler Harmon in that corner, man.
Yeah, well, Tyler Harmon is a dangerous player regardless of the situation. He's good on the attack. He's good on the defense as well. And, it's just a factor of how much time he spent playing at a high level. And but Shock closed the game out pretty smart, especially on the snake side. Kind of went to sleep a little bit on the D side, but D side did work on the attack. And so Shock now taking the lead against San Diego Dynasty here. Beautiful work by Carl Markowski, Brian McKenna, and AJ Lawhead. 18 confirmed kills between them. Wow. So, but a lot of contributions by everybody on Shock, and Shock is looking tough. This is best case scenario for them, playing Dynasty first game, right out the gate, and taking the lead here 5-4.
You know, I'm
Yeah, like
I don't know what to say. I mean, I don't know what to say.
You got us both. You got us both.
I really don't know what to say. I mean, I'm watching this game and I'm seeing the old Aftershock that's out here playing right now. This is a dirty game. You know, getting down, good playing. Carl Markowski's just going to work over here in the Snake, playing really, really well.
And Brian McKenna on the Dorito side. He's getting work done over there. So
yeah, Brian McKenna getting a lot of kills on that D side of the field, just chalking them up. So we're looking at the pits right now for San Diego Dynasty, and they're going to need to tighten it up a little bit. That penalty definitely did not help,
No.
but that penalty is now off the board.
That's
so
part of this game.
You
got to deal with it. And on this field, like Heat, they put 3 points on quick. When Dynasty had a penalty on Shock, they didn't get those penalties on there.
And everyone,
those points on those guys.
You know, and the other teams that are playing later on this morning and in the afternoon bracket need to be watching this and understanding. Okay, well, look, the refs are on it. We're not going to get away with anything, so we're going to need to tighten it up. You're looking at there's the line for Shock. Dynasty on your left, Shock on your right. 7 minutes and 40 seconds, so Dynasty does have a lot of time to work with here. And on the breakout, Dynasty going to the Snake off the break and sending short out wide. Shock mirrors that, but no one. Oh, and now a penalty on Shock. So Shock's going to throw this point away. Probably 3 bodies walking off for them. Just 2 players left alive. Here comes San Diego Dynasty. San Diego Dynasty pushing on the Snake with Kyle Spica, who's trying to get out for redemption right now and make up for that penalty he got early on that put Dynasty in this hole. And now Spica running the field, running down the Snake and able to get it done, backed up by Short.
And what's going to happen, I'm sorry, Maddie, is now they did not go to the box. So what's going to happen now is if Dynasty recognizes this and hangs the flag, they're going to be still with 4 players in the box. It was a minor penalty. Nobody went to the box. Now what's going to happen is they're going to hang the flag and they're going to end up with a minor penalty and start with 4. That's a mental mistake and a coaching mistake.
It is. It's more of a mental mistake, I believe, on the players that are out there. Somebody's got to get to the box. There was a change this year before. If you did the crime, you did the time, but that kind of just on general principle alone sucked, because then you had a situation where if you got a penalty, then you got a chance to get back out on the field after your penalty was done. So now your teammate goes in the box, and if you got the penalty, you have to walk off. Your buddy has to do your time. It's a little bit more brutal, but that's the way it is. So it looks like AJ Lawhead was the man that got that penalty, and he's a veteran on that team and a leader. And again, he's gutsy performance that he's able out there on that bum ankle that he has.
And he's already got 8 eliminations already in the game. So.
But San Diego Dynasty fighting back to tie it up. Let's check out this replay here. So you're looking at Snake side, and the referee running over there, trying to get an angle, and the last player coming off, and Kyle Spica for San Diego Dynasty, waving the rest of his team in, trying to get retribution for that penalty that he had earlier on that helped Shock put some points on the board. So it looks like that was a minor penalty on AJ Lawhead, but I don't know, like you said, Chris, if he didn't get in the box,
that they should still continue to have that penalty, but I hope they might get away with one right here. I highly doubt it, but I mean, that is definitely the right call. See Chris Sosine right now, he's saying, what, you called me in the box? But what he doesn't realize is that he was hit. He was walking on the field because he was hit. But they were calling him out to put him in the box, but now he's going in the box. Very unfortunate situation, especially in a 5-5 tied-up game with 6:39 left against Dynasty. Especially when you're playing as well as you are, 5-5.
Well, man, this is anyone's game right now. You know, the way Shock's play, the fight that they've shown, they definitely want it. And considering the fact that, Rab, like you had said, didn't get much practice time in the offseason outdoors at all. I had to play indoor ball, and everyone knows indoor ball is fun, and you can definitely drills, keep your skills sharp. But the full field vision that you need, the timing that starts to go if you're not in those situations, those are the things that Dynasty's been able to do, and the fact that they are from sunny San Diego and they have been able to play.
A lot of the best teams out there weekend.
Yeah, and people will come out to play them because why not?
San Diego.
Yeah, San Diego. Why would you not want to go to San Diego?
Oh, so, look at Aftershock gets eliminated going to the Snake on the break, so they're down another body.
And Oliver Lang just walking up, gunned up into that center. And then now you're looking on your screen. There's Alex Frazier And he's got Brandon Short right behind him, so it's a very strong lineup for Dynasty. And they are sharking down the field. Here comes Oliver Lang. Oliver Lang having a great game. Oliver Lang, 6 confirmed kills for Oliver Lang, and Oliver Lang is going to get another one to finish it out. And because Aftershock wasn't able to get, see, they would have played with 5 bodies because they got that minor penalty, but no, they weren't able to get in the box.
Mental
so
mistake, man.
Now that penalty will come off the board because they lost this point. But man, when you're playing Dynasty and you're playing in the Champions League, you can't make mistakes. You can't make those little baby mistakes that end up compounding on each other. And then all of a sudden, the next point, bam, you're down 20% of your firepower, because with only 5 players, every player you lose off the break is 20% of your firepower. You can see in the pits there, Mikey Bruno understanding that Dynasty is 1 point away from winning this match. Let's check out this replay here. So there's Alex Frazier going out wide and getting a check in on his pack.
I like that move right there.
Well, knowing he was only looking at 4 bodies definitely helps. And then Brandon Short right behind him, Oliver Lang, they're dead center of your screen in the center at that center 50. And Oliver's been playing a masterful game up there in the center when he's been getting that spin. And that was the thing. It was interesting. You know, last season, Rusty Glaze was able to utilize the entire roster of Dynasty with very much success. But what that did mean was that, hey, it was a smart move because they have so much depth and they have so many good players.
Yep.
But it kept guys like Oliver, who was the Top Gun Award winner last year, and Ryan Greenspan, who's one of the best players in the world. It kept them on the field only half the time. So now with the loss of Dalton Vanderbilt, who went to Tampa Bay Damage, that's going to let more guys get some more spins, which could be a good thing for them.
And look at Blake Yarber's doing really good so far.
And we talked about this earlier before you got here, Steve, is that when a player like that, a pinnacle player like that, leaves a team that has so many spins on a team, who's going to step up to the plate and be that next guy? Blake Yarber's doing it right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's going to be the guy that shines. I mean, not that he wasn't before. I'm not taking anything away from his play.
Well, yeah, but Blake last year, you know, he was a rookie and still had, you know, some deficiencies in his game that he's been working on. But this first game, he's looked real sharp.
Yes, absolutely. I agree.
But he had that one awesome point where he, you know, was just murdering people over there on the D side. So here we go. Just under 6 minutes. And is Dynasty going to take this victory? Here comes a big move up the center underneath. Carl Markowski goes underneath the center A, but Oliver Lang is able to get a shot in on him, so that play does not work out as Markowski walks off, and so does Chris Sosine. So early on in this point, now 2 players coming off for Shock. 3 players left alive for them. They still have Lawhead, Velez, and McKenna. McKenna, their kill count leader. Dynasty 5 strong, Greenspan, Short, Frazier, Rao, and Lang. And there's the back line on the Snake side as Brandon Short is getting pounded into his bunker. And now you're looking at Shock, the 2 players left alive on the D side for them. And they also are hunkering down in their spots.
Yep, and here comes Oliver. Middle of the field starting to go to work.
So Oliver Lang now in really good position to attack. And here comes Ryan Greenspan just running down to close out this game. And Ryan Greenspan's going to get himself a 2-pack to finish it out.
What a great game by Aftershock.
I think that's going to actually, so Oliver was the kill count leader for Dynasty with 8 confirmed, and I think those last 2, that 2-pack that Ryan just got, will give 8 for Ryan, 8 confirmed kills for Ryan Greenspan as well. So the 2 legendary players on a team
did
full.
What we expected them to do.
Yeah, did what we expected Greenspan and Lang to do. Step up, play well, close the game out. And take a narrow victory away from Shock, though.
Right, and that last play, you know, there was plenty of time left. I didn't think Aftershock had to go through the other side of the A on the break there. I mean, they thought they could have played that a little bit smarter there.
Yeah, absolutely. So this game comes to a conclusion. Make sure to upgrade to HD here Friday and Saturday. Still have the free option Friday, Saturday, but Sunday, you're going to have to pay to watch, man. And it's, you know, we're trying to do all we can over here with PBA and the collective might of the paintball industry to bring you paintball at its highest level, best players, the best show in the business, but we need your help. So consider this a funding drive to help continue our trajectory here. We've done great things. We have brought paintball statistics to the game and fantasy paintball, trying to give you guys as many possible options to enjoy paintball at its highest level, learn from it, be entertained by these guys, but we need your help as well. Let's check in with Lauren Kelly on the sidelines.
How have you been?
Good. I am here with Ryan Greenspan down on the sidelines. Ryan, that game was a nail-biter. Be honest, what was running through your mind when Shock was putting those points on the board?
It was definitely a lot closer than we thought it was going to be, or expected at least. We don't like to take anybody lightly, but luckily they got a couple penalties. I mean, we did too, but I just try to keep our composure. Blake's doing a really good job over here handling business, and our snake guys and everybody. We know what they're doing.
Absolutely. Well, you guys did win that one 7-5. Are you feeling the loss of Rusty since he's not here this weekend, or what do you think some of the issues were?
No, we got an iPad taped to this kid's face in there, and we're just FaceTiming with Rusty inside of there. Okay. So he's there with us. It's just not, he's digitally here.
All right, cool. What do you need to work on to make sure you get the next win?
We need to get our lanes up and get some kills off the break a little bit more, and just have a little more fun, I think. Everybody's a little tense. It's the first game, first event of the year, and everybody's a little tight.
Well, it was at least a really fun match to watch. Next up, we have Ironman versus Vicious. We'll see if Vicious can get a win on Friday.